Good evening, Suri sir. Your career is a mirror of your motivational journey. Can you tell me how it is so?
Upward trend and downward trends.
Every career,
Our own performance is dependent on how motivated we are and how much we are prepared to explore new things, for which motivation is important.
I
Of
didn't
course,
ask you about that, Mr. Suresh. The question is very simple. Please always pause, understand the question, then answer.
okay.
I said your career mirrors the motivational journey. The journey of your career mirrors the motivational journey. How? A journey has a beginning, a middle, and an end. How does your career mirror the motivational journey? Your career
Without
yes.
with without motivation, you cannot have urge to learn anything, to progress anything. It is very much essential. And motivation and engagement both are married to each other, and both are interconnected to each other. Thank you.
Your career begins with seeking survival and ends with seeking self-expression. At the first stage of your career, you start your career because you seek survival. And at the ending stage of your career, when you retire, your main aim is self-expression. In the initial stages of your career, you follow directions. And at the ending stage, if you have grown through your career, you are creating direction. Let us see and understand how these two are aligned. This is one other way of understanding the motivation's evolution. You start with the first job. You go to the first job, you take a job. Then it is a year or two, you settle down in your job, that is the settling years. As you settle down, you develop ambition, the ambition phase. You grow in your career, you reach a mid-career plateau. That is everything that you have seen. It is at this stage that you start searching for meaning. And this search for meaning brings you to the turning point. When we first step into our careers, we are driven by survival. A paycheck matters more than purpose. You don't start your career thinking of a purpose. You start your career thinking of a paycheck. We follow instructions, meet deadlines, and wait for praise. The logic is B.F. Skinner's reinforcement theory. Survival and compliance. Do good work, get a reward, miss the mark, and you lose that reward. This is the behavioral stage, learning the rules, responding to external control. This is what rules the beginning of your career. See, soon, after we settle down, we soon start looking around. We notice who's promoted faster, who earns more, who gets credit. We start evaluating what's happening all around us, how fair the system is. Adam's theory awakens here, the equity lens. Am I being treated justly for what I contribute? Are people really getting rewarded for what they are doing or punished for what they are doing? Is there a rule? The settling years is one of fairness and comparison. Adam's equity theory comes to effect here. is no longer about raw reward, it is balance. You are not just concerned about the reward, you would like to know whether there is logic, reason, and balance in this reward. This stage teaches us to value transparency, merit, and justice. But fairness alone doesn't fill the heart. As you further move forward, maybe 3-4 years down the line, you start looking at your career. Then comes the ambition. We connect our effort to outcomes. If I give my best, I will get there. You tell yourself that I can reach this position if I gave my best. We plan, we calculate, pursue, believing in the effort, performance, reward chain. In other words, Bloom's expectancy theory dominates this stage. It is at the third level of ambition that Bloom's expectancy theory kicks in. We work with purpose, but the purpose is still conditioned. Our motivation is transactional. If I give, I will get. It drives performance, but that doesn't create passion. But still, it helps you succeed. After some success comes the perks. The perks arrive in the form of good salary, stable role, friendly office. But along with it comes an odd emptiness. We are comfortable, but not fulfilled. Something inside us is missing. Something is missing. We really do not enjoy. Herzberg explains why. Hygiene factors, money, security remove dissatisfaction, but only motivators like growth, recognition, purpose create satisfaction. This stage teaches us that comfort isn't engagement. We need to matter, not just to survive. It is at this stage that we are faced with a very, very big question, a much deeper question. What do I really want from my work and from myself? You have reached that stage in life when you have crossed the middle management. And then the question arises, what do I really want from my work? What do I want to achieve by myself? Maslow's hierarchy comes alive. We have crossed survival, belonging, and esteem. Now we seek self-actualization. Abraham Maslow's aspiration and self-actualization. We want to use our full potential to express our best selves. But here the paradox. We aspire, but we don't always know how to move towards it. We know we don't have what we want, but we don't know what we really want. Desire without direction breeds frustration. That is why you find many people in their midlife face the midlife crisis. They face frustration. That's when Locke enters our career. It is at this stage that Locke enters our career story. He shows that the bridge from dream to achievement is goal setting. Goal setting at every aspect of life. Specific challenging goals give focus to ambition and convert a wish into a will. It need not necessarily be only in your career, it could be in your life also. The more detailed your goals are, the more specific your goals are, the more you understand the complexity of that goals, the more you understand the challenges, how to overcome them, the greater is your commitment to it and the more fulfilling is that goal. Locke helps us align our inner desire with outer direction. We learn to define success in measurable ways, not just hope for it blindly. It's not just a hope which has got no shape. You align your inner desires with the outer direction. We move from drifting to driving. We are no more drifting. We are the drivers. I am the captain of my soul, and I will take it in the direction that I want. Even as we'll, hit target, we sometimes feel detached. We achieve more, yet sometimes we feel less alive. This is the real truth. Why? That brings us to the next and most important horizon. At this stage, the missing piece reveals itself. For those who can introspect, look within themselves, they realize what is missing. It is no longer about how high we climb, but how free, skilled, and connected we feel while climbing. What does it really mean? It is the stage where we move from achievement to being alive. Many people have achieved many things in life, but they don't feel alive. They feel life to be still a drag. Work stops being a ladder and now it becomes a canvas for you to paint on. We no longer chase motivations, we generate it from within us. It is at such a stage that the company now we are going to discuss found itself in. So that you can better relate, I will show you what that company is. This is the case study of Technova Systems. Technova, a decade-old software firm, had once been the pride of the industry. Its founder, Raghav, an engineer with a meticulous mind, built the company on discipline, structure, and fairness. He set clear expectations. Targets are measurable, outcomes transparent. Effort was recognized publicly. Certificates, bonuses, and employee of the quarter salaries were among the best in the sector. He ensured safety and stability for everyone. People trusted the system. They knew what was expected and what they would receive. For years, Technova flourished, productivity was high, morale seemed steady. Then came the plateau. Something slowly changed. Projects still got delivered, but rarely exceeded expectation. Team meetings are efficient, but mechanical. The buzz of invention was gone. When asked how they felt, employees said, "We are fine." Can you just take a screenshot of this?
Yes, sir.
Taken?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
That you can see that every motivational theory that we have discussed, be it Skinner's, Adams equity, your room's expectancy, Herzberg's two-factor theory, Maslow's hierarchy, or Lowe's goal-setting theory, everything has been adhered to meticulously by this company. No one complained, yet enthusiasm had quietly drained. New ideas mainly came from Raghav. He was the one who was giving the new idea. The people who once debated passionately now waited for instructions. He launched new incentive program, career growth tracks, and the goal clarity initiative with objective key results, OKR. The numbers improved briefly, but the spark did not return. The moment of truth. One afternoon, Raghav heard two senior developers talking after a meeting. What were they telling to each other? It's not that we don't care, one said. It's just everything's already decided. We execute. The words unsettled him. Weeks later, a talented designer resigned to join a small startup. Raghav called to ask why. Sir, the designer replied gently, "You gave me everything. Good pay, recognition, stability. But I never felt it was mine. At the new place, I feel like I can shape things, even small ones." The sentence echoed in his mind. Had he built a company of achievers but not of owners? A quiet discovery. In the months that followed, Raghav started visiting teams informally. He noticed something curious. A small group working on an internal design tool during office hours was alive with energy, laughing, arguing, experimenting. Take a screenshot of this.
Yes, sir. Took.
Yes, sir.
Assign them the project. No bonus was promised, yet they stayed late by choice. When he asked who approved this, they smiled. No one. We just wanted to see if we could make it better. Raghav was then fascinated. For the first time in a long while, he saw joy in work again. Ask yourself, friends, what was missing in Technova's culture? Even though all systems, rewards, and goals seemed in place, why did the unapproved project team show more passion than the formally rewarded teams? If you are Raghav, what would you change? Policies, leadership style, or something deeper? Does engagement always come from recognition and rewards, or is there something else that fuels it? Take a screenshot of this. This is the assignment for you today. There are 16 of us. You have to tell me, what is it that you would change if you were Raghav? Does engagement always come from recognition and rewards? We have seen all these 5 theories till now. B.F. Skinner's, Adams' equity, Bloom's expectancy, Herzberg's two-factor theory, Maslow's hierarchy, and then Locke's, goal setting. They all fail. What is missing? Why is it that they are not working? What can be done differently? There are 16. So I suggest that you all start discussing here itself so that you will get, so that the recording will also take that into account. Okay? We will have 20 minutes of discussion and then we will move towards the debriefing. Please start.
Karmaswamy sir, wish you happy birthday.
Thank you, sir.
Karmaswamy sir,
Thank you.
happy birthday, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thanks everyone for your wishes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
May we request
Well,
you
let
to
me-
present
Mm.
as a gift for your birthday?
Thank you, madam. Thank you. Sir, in
Who
my
has raised the
opinion,
hand?
myself, sir, I want to share the.
Okay, please,
In
please,
my
sir, please.
opinion, everything is given, they are satisfied. When you reach a stage, what we feel is we should develop our own company or it should be our own child, whatever the project it should be. That was missing in this. That they are after office hours, they have developed it and they have come with the better results, which was acknowledged by the MD also. I think this was missing it. Leadership was little, delegation was less. If the leader could have given more delegation to act on themselves and give the bring new projects on their own and build on their own, the company should have been alive more, sir. Thank you.
So ownership is missing. You mean to say?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay.
See, one of the important thing I observe is whenever things are to the brink in even any vessel, if you want to add something, you have to remove something. This is the universal rule. What exactly happens is when everything is happy, everything is given on a platter, people slowly land up into complacence. This complacence, they feel that, okay, we are working as per the rules, we are working as per the instructions, and thereby we are at the optimum level. And the performance is optimum also. But what is missing is, can you elevate your performance to the next level or to the future, for which the thinking need to be paradigm shift, and that was missing among the employees, and that is where Raghav and his leaders missed out. They should have done a lot of brainstorming about what important changes that can make this organization to the next level. It's not about satisfaction, it is about what you call self actualization. When you look at satisfaction, this is what is happening. Whereas self actualization, as you can see, that person who resigned, he said that you gave us good pay, you gave us everything, but I felt the work is not mine. It is something what company has instructed us. And that could be the reflection of many of the others.
In first case, the work is being as a routine, as a functional. Now in second case, when they are doing office hour, they are more emotionally attached. They are having some new thing, new discovery, some that is giving them more empowerment. That they are giving some creativity. They are feeling to do something from from passion internally. Some creativity is coming, and some that is why their emotional touch is there. They are feeling more happiness to create something new of their own. They are feeling they are feeling more empowered in doing their something new. Thank you.
Okay, just one comment. Anyone
Anilji,
is making,
Anilji,
sorry, just a second. Anyone is making notes on this?
No, sir, not it.
Then this is like Arnav Goswami show.
No, you carry on.
Everyone.
You carry on. Raju ji, you carry on. You carry on.
No. I will say my 2 cents. What I feel is this is a difference between explicit needs and implicit needs.
Yes.
Inherent needs of the
Intrinsic.
people, it's more than rewards and recognition, all that. Are they empowered to think outside the box? And the growth mindset, that means never afraid to fail. Has it been implemented in place? I think the reason why, because one thing is people have to be challenged. Probably they are not challenged. They said the work within the box. So it becomes routine and mundane, and it is so they take things for granted. But whereas the external group, other group, what I feel is that they have no pressure or anything, and they are free to do what they want to do, and probably that has resulted in greater engagement and more passion towards what they have done. That's it from my side.
I echo with Raju, sir. At one stage
Suresh,
of the
please let
plateau,
others also
what is
talk,
more
Suresh. Suresh, please
Yeah,
let
please,
everyone
sure,
talk.
sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
Bhavesh ji and
Yes, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah. In this case, what I feel is the company is well structured, well defined, well aligned with the work-life balance and all these things. But what I feel is the missing is the power of autonomy. Means once the company has to decide that this has to be done in a some different manner or a creative manner or something like that. We all eat the same dish as defined by the dietitian or somebody, right? It is like that only. We could still that we can still continue with this, but we can define our food in some different manner. Like I mean sambar, if I put it in South Indian way, the sambar may be sambar. It will remain the sambar, but we could add some different spice on this or something else. So it will get the creativity for the makers as well as the challenge for the person, those who are doing this. So this is missing because it clearly shows that during the off hours they are well attached with this. So the bonding between employees is very good, it looks like. So the challenging, not I'm talking about the challenging task, but the same task doing in a different manner. or a different way. So it could looks like a challenging, but it was aligned with the company's goal or company's policies or whatever we can say. That is what it is. People may feel like in this, it is a silver cage kind of thing. Thank you.
In my, what I'm thinking is that the celebration is missing. Whatever the work they do, if we do by celebration, you can get more mileage. So normally the goal setting should be a bigger goal, not should be a boundary oriented. Some people's work extraordinary. If you bound with some goals, they work within that boundary itself. So we need to identify their potentials in that. And finally, the empowerment, as always spoken, the empowerment is missing. Thanks.
Shall I say?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
please.
madam.
Please, ma'am.
For the question number 1, what was missing in Technova's culture? What I see is the employees were given instructions and they executed. They were in a comfortable zone. And so they really missed the generativity from within themselves. They followed instructions, but they didn't think of doing anything on their own. The missing point is that. Then the second question, why did the unapproved project team show more passion than the formally rewarded teams? Because they engaged on their own. There was no one else pushing them. Third question, if you were Raghav, what would you change? Policies, leadership style, or something deeper? I think all of these, especially giving a kind of push to their drive. Fourth one, does engagement always come from recognition and rewards, or is there something else that fuels it? In the beginning, recognition and comes from engagement comes from recognition and rewards, but as we saw in the presentation, as years go by, once we settle down, it is more than recognition, rewards, fairness, all these kind of things. It is a drive again. The motivation comes from within, from all achievements, autonomy, and everything. Thank you.
Very
I
good
think we
point.
need to
Very
hear
good.
from Annamalai, sir.
Yeah.
Very good point. Happiness from inside.
See,
Yes.
even the routine things like employee of the month or certificate or in public platforms, notice boards. See, these things in course of time, they become stale. Periodically, the format or the way it is done, the things are to be going on changing. I think that was lacking in the early period of the people. And later, when they grow up, it is very clear from their mention that they want to be, involved at the higher level, the decision-making level, like that, that they have clearly, Raghav should have realized it earlier, but it was a little late when he realized it. That's it. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
On my side, the company has not given a stretch target to the employees, because most of the employees are making a pressure and creative, energetic motivation, all these things. So stretch target or the company was the missing. The company was routine target schedule met with the all team members, all facilities given, but the stretch target was missing.
Stretch goals, stretch goals, sir. Stretch goals. Stretch goals.
Yeah, stretch targets. Yeah, stretch. This was the missing.
I think wonderful points have been mentioned by everyone, but I think there's one question in this whole thing. If you were Raghav, what would you change? Policies, leadership style, or something deeper? I think we need to think about what could be the answer for this.
What is deeper? What
Innovation, sir. You're
talked about?
talking innovation. You're talking innovation,
Sorry?
sir. Innovations.
Yes.
No.
No.
Okay,
How
innovation.
Not just only innovation. See, basically, if you look into it, everyone at one stage look at what Sir also talked about. What is the purpose I am here for? What is that I
Meaning.
am going to make a difference in the society and in the organization even after I leave? That would be the motive for them to make a mark. And I feel that that part was missing in this particular case.
You're talking about meaning of meaning.
Yeah,
but-
meaning of work, meaning
But
of work, and meaning
of,
of their existence.
yes.
No, I think
But-
in simpler terms,
but-
what would you change? Leadership style, policies, or something deeper?
one thing more, when they are working after office hours, making something creative of their own, is it ethical? Because the company has not given them this type of job. They are doing their own. So what are your comments on this?
Yeah.
I think Goswami sir,
See.
the bigger, yeah, sorry, go ahead. Sudhir.
Yeah. What I could make out is, in a nutshell, like the issues with the company is, though they are very happy to go and they are very happy with all other perks and everything, the ownership is missing. As rightly said somebody, the complacency has set in over a period of time because you're doing well, not much of innovation or creativity. Self-actualization is also missing. Has one question in I think previous slide, which was, has Raghav built the achievers or owners? Because you need a company to own. People should own the company to take the company from one level to the other level. So everybody incrementally contributes to the company's growth. So he had a doubt, has he built achievers? That is who was like one odd case, he left and then joined a startup and then trying to build up that startup. So here one point comes is whether Raghav is a coaching leader or a managing leader. So all it appears to me that all other people, all other staff, everyone is following what Raghav was telling. So they were working as it is. So there is some leadership style is missing. And he could realize when he is involved in his own time beyond the working hours, he could realize something like, so with this, his realization, it appears that the senior management's involvement in day-to-day work or in reviews or motivating or bringing out a culture is missing. So it all boils down to what you want to do. So you have to, Raghav needs to build a team by delegation, making people accountable, monitoring regularly, setting small targets. In the same way, innovation and creativity to improve, to people bind together. I think this is what I can think of.
They're good points. These days, you must have noticed, so many people go for sabbatical. You know, after working certain hours, they
Yes.
so for a couple of years, for 1 year they go off and they want to do some course or something their own. Even they just sit down quietly and think, what rest of life I am going to do it. So I have noticed couple of young people these days in the age group of 40, 45. They say, sir, I am not doing anything now. So I'm thinking about me, what I'm going to do for rest of my life. I have enough money now. Enough is enough. Now let us go. Let me do something now different only. Thank you.
I feel that Raghav needs to ignite the passion inside each one of his employees. And how he can ignite the passion is motivate them to saying that they can achieve something bigger, they are capable of doing it, and and empower them basically. So I think that free mind culture should do the trick. That's my view.
Empowerment and giving them the control and to experiment so that they can reach a better height, which would be rewarded. In fact, if you remember, once Tata said, we are going to reward for the failures because they are attempting new things. When we attempt new things, when we are attempting something different, there is a higher chances people not only get motivated, they can reach a newer heights.
They also feel challenged. Yeah.
Google is such a company which gives some time, 30% time, you do of your own, whatever you want to do it, and try to focus on new invention if you can do it. So they give time to all the employees and they pay for that.
Just on the lighter side, I keep telling my employees, how many of you feel motivated to come to work every day morning? I think that answers everything. Go ahead, Bhavesh sir. You
Then
raised
the
your hand.
answer could be anonymous. Okay, what I feel is if I'm Raghav, I just want to do the two things. One is the leadership style should be changed. See, when I read somewhere and about a company that CEO should create clone of themselves within the company, so the people can feel like the company is their own. That ownership kind of thing is missing. So leadership style should be changed. So give people more power, more this thing, and even somebody said that even that. Pardon?
No, what
Even
is telling that it is not like a reporting structure, supporting structure should be there.
correct,
The
correct.
boss is not a report, you have to supporting structure.
Yes, yes. And then the other style is that giving ownership to them. Let them fail, no problem. Okay. We just, I mean, we should take a calculated risk, no problem. Okay. Let them fail. If they fail, they will learn better than, see, failure is the best teacher, according to me. Right. So this is the 2 point I want to make. If I have in the place of Raghav, I should change these two things. Thank you.
Anyone wants to add something more, or we hand over to
You
Arun
friends,
sir?
the 20 minutes is
Okay.
over. So would
Yes,
any
sir.
one of you kindly sum up the discussions that you have had till now?
जी राजू साहब आ जाओ.
Maybe Suri said you can sum up the discussion.
Yes, sir. If Raju agrees, shall I do it?
Please, sir, please, sir.
Come on, sir.
Go
Don't embarrass me.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
This is a classic case where a well-to-do company might flop also in the times to come if you don't hold the reins properly of the company. Okay, so everything is good. People are doing good. People are happy, but happiness should not should be
Prevent.
taken should not be
Yes.
taken for granted, or people will always look for a dil mange more type. They always look for something challenging or something this. Here, the missing the issues with the company is, as it is evident from the 3 slides, like ownership is missing, complacency has set in, then people have chalta hai attitude, slowly attitude has come inside, and sometimes the owners have got a doubt that has he made the company, it is a coaching, only coaching, or a coaching company, not making a leaders, that is achievers or owners. He's got a doubt. Everybody is coming, enjoying, learning, and then there now one person has left, so other persons also might leave. So the exodus started in the company, and he has realized that in his own way, or in his own beyond working hours, when he went round, he identified that there is some spark in the company, and the life beyond working hours is very, very exotic or very, very challenging, and people are very happy. Then he realized that there's something is missing, that whether the coach, he is he a coaching leader or is a managing leader. So it appeared that he has become a coaching leader, or he was trying to tell everything, do this, do that. Everybody is doing it. They are doing wonders. But and slowly he is also managing, but he has not gone into the grassroots. Like what is that which is missing to ignite everyone? Like so Raghav should, having understood everything, like he should change his leadership style, involve everyone, address everyone, like telling that enough is enough, or and then he should motivate the people, try and learn, delegate, make people accountable, and then have a monitoring system, keep small targets, achievable targets, and realistic targets, create innovation, and then people should able to take it as their own work, and then do a cultural change is required to be brought in, and ecosystem to be brought in to bring back the past glory. I think this is what I can sum it up. If anything can do, anyone can add, please add it.
I will ask only one question.
Yes.
How?
How to do it?
How we are facing.
Make people authoritative. Give them the full responsibility for the failure or a success.
How?
Hello?
Can I come?
Yeah.
Yeah. Raga. Okay, please go ahead.
Mr. Anil, you can go ahead.
Raghav, what I feel is there could be some slippage of processes. Raghav should monitor all the processes, and try to reinvent or redesign process so that the people are more interested. There could be some slippages in those things when the people are not, they're working outside the office hours. So he's right. Thank you.
Remember one. Entire motivation is standing on the foundation of carrot and stick. B.F. Skinner's reinforcement theory. That is the foundation. Without that, nothing is done. Whatever good is done, if you reward it, it will be repeated. Whatever you punish will not be repeated. That is where the whole story begins. Then what happens? Man starts looking all around. Is it being equitably distributed? Is the same thing happening with everyone else?
Sir, your voice is little bit lower. Can you come closer with the mic or something?
No, I think have people having problem with my voice?
No,
Yes,
not
sir.
your voice. Yes, it's a lower.
Your
It is
voice
little
is
bit
less
lower.
audible, less
We do not
audible.
have any problem, but your voice is little bit lower than the previous one.
Okay. Now is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. Now fine.
No, you see, look at the problem in a very simple way. The first thing is, any behavior which is rewarded gets repeated. Any behavior which is punished gets stopped. Then what happens? You start looking around you to see if the same thing is happening with everyone else or it is happening only with you. That is what is the Adams equity theory. When you find that the same thing is happening with everyone and with you, then comes the question. If I do this, will I get the desired result? And do I want that result? That is the expectancy theory. That is the third step. That brings us to the next step. So I do all these things happen, but that only removes the dissatisfaction. How do I get the satisfaction? So I want my growth, I want my prosperity, I want recognition, I want responsibility. All these things come. Then you start realizing that there are various stages of motivation, starting from the most basic of the physiological need to the safety to the belonging needs, and then you reach that level of self-actualization. You achieve the epitome of success of self-expression. At this stage, you start questioning, is this what I really want? At that stage, you realize there are multiple aspects to your life. And what makes life much more meaningful is when you are able to decide on the various goals that you have to focus on. You focus on the various goals. Suddenly you realize that there is something very, very seriously wrong. Because this has taken you to, see, now so many people said complacency has set in and all these things. What does it really mean?
Sir, your voice is little low, sir.
What does it really mean? It means that something is very seriously missing. What is that which is missing? Let us see. While Locke introduced a precision-driven world of goals and measurable achievement, the need was felt to bring the heart into the science of engagement. The heart was missing all along. They were all talking to the mind. In other words, how do you take a step towards humanizers of motivation? Till now, whatever we were talking was mechanical. Punish to stop behavior, reward to continue behavior. Ensure that everybody is treated in the same way so that equity can be maintained. Ensure that you ask the person what he wants, for that what he is willing to do, and create an environment for that he will perform. Ensure that the hygiene factors are taken care of, there will be no dissatisfaction. Give recognition, responsibility, and growth opportunities. He will feel motivated to work towards it. Take care of the psychological needs, take care of the safety needs, ensure that he has a sense of belonging. Automatically, the Maslow's hierarchy is taken care of. Give him achievable goals, help him identify the complexities, help him understand the challenges, show him the route of overcoming the challenges. He will feel motivated and he will start moving with commitment. All these are extremely mechanical and they are all addressing the mind. Where is the heart? Because ultimately, the emotional connection, if it is not achieved, how will you ensure that the intertwining of the heart and the mind is there, which will lead to total engagement? Let's explore this in depth. And for that, we will use the research of two behavioral scientists, Deci and Rand. We will trace how their ideas evolved, what drove their curiosity, and how they shaped one of the most profound theories in modern psychology called the self-determination theory. This is a story of from control to choice. What is the context in which this theory was evolved? In the late 1960s and 70s, management and psychology were dominated by behaviorist thinking. All these that we discussed till now were all behaviorist thinking. The foundation of which was laid by Skinner's idea of reinforcement. And this was found rampant everywhere, classroom, workshop, even in parenting. Isn't that what we do? If you do this, this will happen. If you want people to do something, pay them or punish them. It worked. But then there was a limitation to it. Deci and Rand entered this landscape with a question. They had a very pertinent question. What if rewards can sometimes kill motivation? This was a tremendous question. A counterfactual they put, what if rewards kill motivation? Is it possible? The logic
Yes.
would, it is not. Correct?
It is possible.
Yes.
But the funny part of it is tremendously possible. What Desi's research showed. Edward Desi's experiment on intrinsic motivation. Desi was a PhD student in Carnegie Mellon in 1971. For his research paper, the person, wearing the check shirt is Desi. For his research in his PhD paper, he did an experiment with two groups of students. The puzzle is called the Soma cube puzzle. What is the Soma cube puzzle? It's a 3D type of cube. To one group of students whom he selected, he paid them to solve this puzzle. He paid them. They were paid to solve the puzzle. While the second group was of volunteers who came just for the satisfaction of solving the puzzle. The second group came for the satisfaction of solving the puzzle, and the first group was paid to solve the puzzle. The group were asked to work for a same amount of time, but without knowledge of each other, and then they were stopped for a particular period of time, say let's say half an hour or 1 hour. And then Desi observed them. When they were stopped from working, he observed them. He found that the group which was paid to solve the puzzle, they simply stopped working on the puzzle for the period for which they were stopped, whereas the group which was solving the puzzle just for the sake of their own interest, they continued playing with it even after they had been asked to stop. The unpaid group continued just for the joy of solving it. Desi concluded that when an activity that was once intrinsically interesting becomes associated with external reward, the inner drive can diminish. He called this the over-justification effect. In cognitive science, this is psychology, it's called over-justification effect. When an activity that was once intrinsically interesting becomes associated with an external reward, the inner drive can diminish. This was quite a rebellion against the dominance of Skinner's carrot and stick theory. This brought about two different types of theories of motivation. One, extrinsic motivation, doing something for an external reward or to avoid punishment. The second is what we now know as intrinsic motivation, doing something because it is inherently satisfying or meaningful. The work of Desi and Ryan was the one which identified these two types of motivations. They reframed motivation as qualitatives. It is not how much motivation you have, but what kind of motivation you have. They identified two broad categories, extrinsic motivation and intrinsic motivation. But they didn't stop there. They explored what makes intrinsic motivation possible. They conducted multiple trials and researches, and they discovered there are three innate psychological needs which have to be fulfilled for a motivation to become intrinsic. What were they? The three deep psychological needs, the sustained engagement beyond rewards and goals are: number one, autonomy, the need to feel we are the author of our actions. If the work is given to you by someone, then the motivation is lost. Because you are only an executor. You are not the author of that work. People want to feel a sense of choice, not of coercion. I'm doing this because I choose to, not because someone made me do it. When autonomy is respected, engagement deepens. That means if I think that I want to do this, then I develop an ownership. But if you tell me what I have to do, then the ownership can never be achieved. The second, very important, mastery or competence. The need to feel effective and capable. We want to grow and improve at something that truly matters. I'm getting better. I can see my progress. Mastery fuels persistence and pride. The more you feel you are becoming better at what you are doing, the more you will persist and the more you will draw pride from your action. First thing is the decision that you want to do, it has to be yours. Second thing is you need to learn something from it, become better. Only then you will persist, and only by persisting will that happen. The third thing is relatedness, the need to feel connected to all the people with whom you are working. We thrive when we think our work matters to people we care about. I belong here. What I do makes a difference. All these three put together only creates intrinsic motivation. We constantly keep talking about intrinsic motivation, but intrinsic motivation cannot be born in the absence of any one of these three. Autonomy, the work has to be selected by you. Mastery, you should learn and become better through that work. Number three, you need to feel connected to others by understanding how you are contributing to their well-being and why it matters to them and to you. All these three have to be present. This gave rise to a totally new definition of a leader. That inside reframed leadership itself. Because you see, if intrinsic motivation is what is going to bring about the ownership, then the leader's role becomes entirely different. The leader's role is no more to motivate people to enhance engagement. Funny, isn't it? The leader's role is not to motivate people to enhance engagement. Then what is the leader's role? Tell me, what is the leader's role then?
Give direction. Empowering.
And it's precisely what is backfiring now. When you give direction, people don't want to be directed.
Give them autonomy.
Supporting,
Make them
role.
feel competent in whatever they do.
How tricky engagement has suddenly become. Suddenly, the leader's role itself is becoming different. How tricky it has become. If you direct people, it will backfire. If you give job to people, it will backfire. If you tell them what to do, it will backfire. But that is what you are paid for.
Or getting backfired.
Now you realize why employee engagement has become so tricky?
Yes.
Why only 17% of the people world over are engaged? The secret lies in the SDT. Then we move beyond SDT. Two more theories are there beyond SDT, and the entire, engagement conundrum gets opened. So what then is the leader's role? A leader's role is not to motivate people to enhance engagement. It is to create conditions where people motivate themselves and engage with enthusiasm. You can only create conditions which will ensure that people motivate themselves and engage with enthusiasm. A totally, this was the turning point in employee engagement understanding. Deci and Ryan's theory of self-determination was a turning point. It ensured that you clearly understood how to create conditions where people motivate themselves. Because you see, Raghav had done everything, but still it didn't work, because after a stage it stagnated. And what comes after stagnation? The fall. So it was at this stage that SDT theory comes. So how do you create autonomy mastery, and relatedness. In the organization, how do you create it? Now we will see it through two lenses. Number one, we will see it through a corporate lens, a company which is big. A company which is big, which has got many employees, large company. How do you create autonomy? How do you create mastery? How do you create, relatedness in such an environment? And then we will see in a small MSME or a small team. See, Mr. Hanumantrao Mudmal is working in a big company, but he is having a team of his own. Am I right, Mr. Mudmal?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Have a small team of maybe 10, 15 people. So how does he create that without bringing the company into the scene? Or Mr. Nageshwara Kumar Ramalingam, he's got his own company with a small team. Now, how does he create this there? Simple strategy, it is not very difficult, it's very easy to do it. Once you understand principally that your objective has to be to create autonomy. Now, remember one thing. The target of the company cannot be decided by the employees, it has been decided by the senior management, the board, or the proprietor. Then how does he ensure autonomy? But he has to ensure autonomy, otherwise it will not be owned. Like Mr. Yogesh Jain, he has got a small team he is working with. He cannot tell them, you people decide what you want to do. Will the company survive then? Or Mr. Bhavesh, he has got a company, so he can't say you people decide what you want to do. He will decide, but then how does he make them own it as their decision? That is where the self-determination theory lays out clear guidelines and gives you a roadmap of how to do it. Let us see that. You have to first shift from command to context. Replace do this with here's why this matters. Telling them why doing something matters. Share the intent behind the decisions. Let teams choose the methods. The intent, that means what? You are now shifting from output to outcome management. Companies give output as target, you are now giving outcome as a target. Shift from command to context. Replace do this with here's why this matters. Share the intent behind decision. Let teams choose the method. Number two, introduce decision boundaries. Clarify what decisions employees can make independently. Don't keep everything with you. Allow each level to have their own decision-making authority. What decision, for what purpose can they make independently? Adopt a choice architecture. Provide meaningful options. Project selection. Work schedules. Tools. All these things, you can leave it to your team. You need not specify everything. You need not even ask them to come to you for approval. In many companies, what happens is the head man approves. The people decide and then bring it to him. He will approve. Am I right? What is the logic behind it? The logic is to make enemies, isn't it? Because you take a decision and go to your boss and he says, no, you can't do this. Are you going to be very friendly towards him afterwards? Look, your leg is scratching. Your leg is itching. What does it matter whether you scratch with your right hand or your left hand? Does it really matter?
Scratching matters.
Scratching matters. Why the heck? Now. But most companies, big companies, is precisely what happens. I am sure Mr. Hanumantrao Mudmal will support me in this thing. Any decision, it has to be ratified. And sometimes, bigger the company, 2 ratifications are needed by 2 different people. And it has to be noted in the boundary column. So that tomorrow, if anything goes wrong, Mudmal sir can say, sir, you have ratified it. He will say, not only me, that fellow also has ratified it. And what happens? It is nobody's decision. Nobody is the owner. It is a bloody orphan which is there sitting in the middle, and you people are only waiting for things to go wrong to identify the orphan. Don't do that. Adopt the choice architecture, provide meaningful options, have the options, put the options on the table, let the selection be done by the people who are going to execute. Autonomy in goal setting. Let employees co-create their goals instead of receiving them top down. See, one of the reasons why smart goal setting failed is because they were constantly being told that it has to come from the bottom. Am I right? Smart goal setting emphasizes on coming from the bottom. So what happened constantly with every step, the quantum keeps on reducing because people play very safe. But when you co-create the goal, what happens? There is always, the boundaries are very clear. What is the goal which has to be achieved is very clear. How to achieve it is co-created by the team members. Finally, leaders become coaches, not controllers. Your job is only to create an environment wherein people will find their motivation. Your job is not to direct them. Very simply put, people feel most motivated when they experience ownership over their work, when they act from choice, not compliance. Autonomy doesn't mean anarchy. It means freedom within a frame. It is
Arun sir?
freedom, license to do whatever you want. You are free to do whatever you want within a frame. Yes, Halmanji.
Arun sir, I have a question. Means what is this process we want to do? Any prerequisite for the employee should be required, no? Example, we are telling that employee has to create the KPIs or their own goals. That time they should have the competence. Then only we can give this process. No, otherwise how it will be difficult. No.
Slowly, you are mixing too many things.
Okay.
Yes, one by one you tell me.
Means
What-
when we are assigning this process to the subordinates, it should be competency. No.
Process you should not assign to them. See, the process is not fixed for everything. Some cases, process is very important. You should not move away from the process. But in many cases, why should you prescribe the process? Let them find the process which they want to follow. You are interested in a particular outcome. Correct?
Yeah.
As long as that outcome is available to you within the time frame and the quality of the outcome is acceptable to the client to whom you are delivering it, why are you bothered about the process?
Yeah.
Yes,
Outcome
there
is
are-
important.
Process is important. Law in manufacturing or in design, some cases, process is very important. And if the process is not followed, non-value added activities may enter into it, increasing cost, time, turnaround time and other things, where you need to be very careful. But that is not the case for everything. Yeah, what is the second part of the question you had about competence?
Means those people should be competent, no? Persons also to
Tell me
maybe-
one competent person doing in your team. Whose fault is it?
Yeah, why means sir, during the recruitment, no, nowadays, no, generally we are compromising in the recruitment also. Example, right fit is not, we're not getting as per the job description, our what is the work requirement.
You already used the word. You are compromising in the recruitment.
Yes, sir.
You compromise, everything will go wrong. Why blame that guy?
Yeah, that's yeah.
Why did you compromise? You should know very clearly what you want, why you want, what is the skill set which is required for him to do the job. It's definitely possible and absolutely certain that you will not get the typical person, the ideal person for any job, right?
Sir.
But having taken in, you know what are the gaps which are existing. What steps did you take to ensure that those gaps are not filled? You provide the necessary training, you provide the necessary mentorship for him, help him develop the skill set which is required. That is the reason why you have probation period, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
You confirm a person only after he has successfully completed the probation period. What does the probation period mean? The probation period is a silent way of telling, I know you are not currently fit for this position fully, but we see the potential in you. We see the basic foundational material in you, and we know we can mold you to become capable for doing this job. We will give the necessary input and training. Please take it, put your application, and ensure that you develop yourself to being capable for this job. Am I right or not? Only after that you are going to confirm him. After that, if you start saying he is not competent, then how he will do? Suffer. That's all. See, there is nothing like the ideal person is not there. No ideal person does not exist. But then it is a job to ensure that they are developed to that level. Any other question, Hanuman sir?
No, sir. It's clarified. Understand that.
That brings us to mastery. Now, all these will look very theoretical, but we will see how to turn it into application. But first, let us understand the principle behind it. People, master. Build challenge zones. Calibrate projects to strike a balance between comfort and overwhelm. Don't overstretch. Don't make what is to be done so far away from the person that he does not even attempt. He should not be overwhelmed. You should just take him just outside the level of comfort so that he can stretch out and reach it. Introduce skill pathways. Map every role to visible skill tracks, technical, creative, leadership. Now you see, supposing there is a particular work which has to be done by Mr. Hanumantrao Mudmal, I have to first analyze Mr. Mudmal's capabilities, what technical capabilities, what creative capabilities, what leadership capabilities this particular job requires, map his role to it, identify what are the lacunas, and fill it up. Give the necessary training or support. Then feed forward that fuels, not freezes. Shift from judgmental reviews to developmental feed forwards. Don't start a blame game. Mastery is achieved in a step-by-step fashion only. If you are going to keep pointing at mistakes, only they will get repeated. Please remember one thing. What is observed grows. So if you observe possibilities, developmental opportunities, possibilities and developmental opportunities will grow. If you observe faults and failures will grow. That is how, we say, energy follows intention. What is your intention? Your intention is to develop an individual. So shift from judgmental reviews, this has not happened, to let us work towards this. Feed forward that fuels, not freezes. Third, celebrate progress, not just results. Recognize effort, experimentation, and incremental growth. There should be effort from the individuals. That is more important. Celebrate whatever bit of progress has been made. Because every progress indicates a forward movement. Slowly, a very simple thing. A vehicle is standing. How difficult is it to move it? Lot of energy is required to put your hand behind it, push it and move it. But once it starts moving, how much energy is required to continue the momentum? Very little. So you see, initially it is going to be difficult, lot of energy will be required. But then as the movement starts, it becomes much, much more easier. So recognize effort. Then finally, be curious about people's skills, not just about key performance indices. Because performance indices can be achieved only with skills. By talking about the target, you're not going to achieve anything. You have to talk about the skills which are required by the individual to achieve that target, that objective. But how many of us do that? We are all leaders. Tell me, how many of us really talk about the skills which are required to achieve an objective? When we do a review, we talk about whether something has been achieved or not. Have we ever asked if something has not been achieved, what was missing in the skill set of the individual that he could not achieve it? Touch your heart and tell me, how many of us do that? But tell me, how will you see, again and again telling him, you have not done this, you have to do it. How will he do it? If fundamentally a particular skill set is missing, the only way he can do it is if you can train him to develop himself into that skill set. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, very much. Very.
So let us not just look at performance indices. Let us look at the skill sets which are necessary to achieve them, and then discuss and plan what is to be done, because that is where mastery will come. Remember one thing, Sachin Tendulkar, if Richard Hadley bows to Sachin Tendulkar, whether he wants or not, he will hit the ball. He cannot just simply keep standing there and say, the ball is coming, I'm not going to do anything. He cannot do anything. It's a reflex action. Because the skill set is there. If the skill set is there, response will be automatic, automaticity. You are driving on the road, you have been driving a car for 20 years. Suddenly an old man comes in front of you. What will you do? Without realizing, you will hit the brake. Correct or not? Do you think at that time? Can you say, I will not hit the brake? It is that guy's fault? You will not. There is no time to think. You will hit. That is what is meant by skill set. It has to become automaticity. For that, you will have to train him, develop. People are intrinsically driven to get better at what matters to them. This is one thing we need to understand. Organizations must create learning loops, not just performance. An organization which focuses on learning loops creates intrinsically motivated employees because the focus is on developing mastery. The third is relatedness, building a culture of connection and care. This is a very important thing because people keep talking about culture. What they don't realize is culture can be created in a very, very easy way. Create tribes of purpose. Organize cross-functional groups around shared missions, not just functions. Create cross-functional groups around shared missions, not just functions. Can any one of you give me an example? I'm going to link 3 entirely different departments. Accounts, logistics, sales. Can you combine these 3 and tell me how to combine them for shared mission, not just, performance? Can you think? Jain Saab? Can you think of how these three departments, accounts, logistics, and sales?
Maybe personally they are into music.
Billing value, sir, order value.
Costing, sir.
What is the
No,
share?
otherwise-
We want to link them together, sir.
Yeah, how will you link them? What is the shared vision here? What is the shared vision for these three
So
departments?
we do brainstorming and explain one
What is
goal.
the shared vision? You just tell me that. What is the shared vision here? What is the one item which is shared by all the three?
Their common goal.
Yeah.
Delivery goods, deliver the goods
That is logistics.
in time, in time.
That is logistics. Delivery of goods is
Increase
logistics.
the top line and the bottom line.
No.
Outcome based.
See, this is where the problem starts because we ourselves are not clear about how the vision is shared. What vision is shared here?
Question is what is the customer satisfaction?
Value proposition.
What is the shared vision here? Payment.
Payment collection.
Payment is outstanding. Can you tell?
Outstanding.
No. Who will tell you about the payment outstanding? Accounts will tell you. If the goods are delayed and does not reach the person in time, will he pay in time? So all these three are very closely related. Delivery of goods, correct information at the correct time, follow up by sales with the customer will ensure that the payment comes, the next delivery will take place. You see, when you are in a position to share the mission correctly between the three departments, automatically relatedness comes. If the delivery is not going to take, the delivery is going to be delayed by 1 week because the packing has taken 4 days, then sending the goods to the transporter takes 2 days, the transporter selection is not adequate, the transporter's service to that area is not good, it gets delayed, the person is getting annoyed, he says, I wanted on so and so date, 5 days late it has come, why should I pay you? Accounts does not inform sales. Sales has got his own target problem, so he does not remember it. He does not follow. Are you getting my point?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So you see, this shared between all the three bringing together will ensure that they respect and understand each other's role and the relatedness is.
But Arun sir, how to share this one mission means you want to communicate, you have to document something like that. I didn't understand.
Cross-functional groups. Organize cross-functional groups. Have discussion with cross-functional groups. Have meetings. Every weekly meeting can be there with all the departments together, isn't it? I think there is somebody's background noise is coming. Yeah. You see, have weekly meetings. In a small team, in a company, you can have all the people sit down every week or one day and then share what is this, what is not. Accounts can give its outstanding. Logistics can give the difficulty. The stores can give the difficulty in whatever they are facing in dispatching goods. Sales can tell you why the payment is not coming, because when they ask for the payment, something the other person must be answering. Like this, every department, can join together.
Generally, in our language, we're calling this objectives, sir. Quality objectives we're keeping. One is a payment outstanding. We'll be putting the target for the marketing and logistics and maybe this accounts, maybe like that. Not mission. Mission word we are not using.
You were putting the target for marketing. What are you doing? You are telling marketing that you are subordinate to accounts. Then they will find fault with accounts. Instead of doing that, let us all not put it. Remove these words called you have to do this.
Then the blame game started.
Then the blame game will start. Automatically the problem will start. You have to have shared objective. Everyone has got his own requirement. Tribes of purpose. Organize cross-functional groups around shared mission, not just functions. Like meeting of only accounts people, no. Meeting of only sales people, no. Have a cross-functional meeting where all of them will be sitting together. Next, promote peer recognition. Move beyond top-down awards. Let peers recommend performance. That is why, you can have what is called a win board. What is a win board? Like a dashboard. You put a whiteboard in the department where every week, every employee will come and write one thing which he has achieved, which he is proud of. Then you can have a confidential recommendation of who is to be awarded or rewarded for that month. This gives opportunity to you, to every individual, to showcase his achievement. Ritualize connection. Build small rituals that reinforce belonging, storytelling sessions, mentorship circles, shared wins. I said the win board can be a shared win way of doing it. Transparent communication. Use open channels where employees can ask questions, share opinion, and be heard. Leaders should show vulnerability, share struggles and learnings. Just because you are the boss does not mean you are not vulnerable. You can also expose your vulnerability to your team members. Share your struggles, share your learnings from whatever has happened in your life. That way you become more human, you look more human, and this will create a relatedness. Many bosses are scared of showing their weaknesses because they feel they will lose respect. What they don't realize is that you are not going to be respected because of your weaknesses. You are going to be respected because of your strength, and transparency is a strength. We thrive when we feel seen, supported, and part of something larger. Relatedness transforms a workplace from a set of roles into a shared journey. The question is, most of the people sitting here are either from medium, small enterprises or leaders of teams. So how does it relate to such people? How can you use this self-determination theory to enhance engagement in your team or in your company? What we are going to be discussing is for small teams or maybe 10, 15 people, 20 people, or small companies or 10, 15, 20 people or smaller. Autonomy, give people a voice, not just instructions. Number one, each person pick one task or method they will handle their own way every week. Let them select one task or method that they will handle their own way. Don't question them, allow them. Don't try to advise them, don't guide them, don't instruct them. They have selected, let them find out how they have to do this, what they will do it. Don't even tell them you do whatever you want, but I want this. No, don't do that also. Just let them take it. I'm absolutely sure they are responsible enough to know what the company wants, and they will, tweak their process to ensure that you are not disappointed. The more you trust, the more you will harvest. Number two, ask before you tell. Before giving directions, ask them, how do you think we should do this? Ask them. Look, this is what the outcome we want. How do you think we should do this? And then when they say something, even if it is not to your liking, you may offer suggestions, but if they decide to do it that way, let them do it. They will learn faster when they do something, and if it doesn't work, they will learn to do it your way. And if they do something, it works, you will learn to do it their way. Both ways, there will be benefit. Number 3, mini ownership. Give small ownership areas. One person in charge of office supplies, one person owns client follow-up, one person manages the dashboard. Don't allow anyone else to interfere in it. Once you have given ownership to someone, don't show your dissatisfaction, don't micromanage, don't allow another person to interfere in it. Make him the owner of that position. Finally, explain the why. People accept even tough instructions if they understand the reason. Whenever you are giving a work, please do a favor and explain why you are giving that to him. This way, you can encourage autonomy in the team. And one more thing, one of the most dangerous mistakes that people make when they explain why. They get irritated. The other person doesn't understand. Don't do that. You are having to explain means what? If you are having to explain something, what does it mean?
Spoon feeding.
Instructing
No,
him.
understood. That's why you are explaining. Why would you have to explain something if people have already understood it? When he has not understood and you are explaining, where does the fault lie? With the person who has not understood or the person who is explaining?
The person who is explaining.
Correct.
Person who is
When the fault lies with you, you are getting irritated with the other guy. Wow, fantastic. So please don't get irritated. Explain calmly. And one more thing is follow a simple principle. After explaining what should you do, there is one simple principle in management. After you explain or give an instruction, what should you do?
Ask them to explain what they understood.
Correct. Get them to repeat it back to you so that you confirm that they have understood it correctly. Now the next one. This is how you ensure autonomy in small teams and small companies. Weekly choice, let each person pick one task. Ask before you tell, how do you think we should do this? Give mini ownership, small ownership areas, one person in charge of office supplies, one person in charge of client follow-up, one person manages the dashboard. Explain the why people accept even tough instructions if they understand the reason. Let us assume that you have given client follow-up to a person. Okay? You are, yes, who is you? Raise your hand.
I have not raised my hand. I was playing with the.
Raise your hand, Bhaveshji.
Bhavesh.
Sir, can you explain explain why by example, if you can please?
Which one?
Explain why.
Okay. Explain why. Why something has to be done. Let us say
With
that,
example, please, sir. Please, with example, please.
very simple. You are asking someone that you have to make 10 calls to your customers every day.
Okay.
Why?
Because it is it's a part of his job, and this work. No.
No, part of his job is not the answer.
To bring business.
Part of the job is not the answer.
To
The
bring
formula
business.
for a client, 10 calls per day is, let us say you have got 200 clients in your list, 25 working days. 10 calls per day will amount to 250 calls. If there is a failure rate of 10%, 15% plus minus, also at least 200 calls will be made. Those 200 will be covered. So you have to explain to him कि भवेश जी, यदि आप 10 कॉल पर डे आपके आदमी से कहते हैं फॉलो अप करने के लिए, वो 8 भी यदि करता है तो आपकी ये 200 कॉल 200 कस्टमर्स को वो एक महीने में टच कर लेगा. देन जब उसको आप बोलिएगा, वो बोलिएगा कि देखिए भैया आप कॉल करो, 10 कॉल करो, क्या क्या करोगे, पूछो कि हमारा प्रोडक्ट जो वो खरीदे हैं कैसे काम कर रहा है. Is there any help he wants with the particular product? Is the performance satisfactory? Is there any further requirement? And has the payment been made? The payment was due on so and so date. When should I again telephone you to remind you about the payment? If all these things you have explained to him, you explain to him why we are doing this, because that person has got many more customers. He must have purchased from another 50 people for whom his payment will be due to them. Unless we remind that our payment is due, the payment might get missed. So when you explain the why to him, he will know what is to be done. And suddenly, supposing, let us say, he telephones and says, Mathur Sahab, aapka payment due hai. Let us say, okay, because you have told him to follow up, he said payment due hai. माथुर साहब ने पूछा तो क्या आपको लगता है हम पेमेंट नहीं करेंगे? आप हमको फोन करके बोल रहे हैं. This is possible or not?
Possible.
Now what happens when you have explained why he should tell like this? He said नहीं माथुर साहब गलत मत समझिए, हम इसलिए नहीं हम आपको बोल रहे हैं क्योंकि देखिए आप बहुत लोगों से खरीदते हैं, हाँ बहुत लोगों का पेमेंट ड्यू होगा, हो सकता है कि माइंड से मिस हो जाए, तो हमने सोचा हम हमारी याद दिला देते हैं आपको, आप हमारे इंपॉर्टेंट कस्टमर हैं भाई. तो क्या होगा? When you have explained the why to him, he converts that why into the answer to the customer.
Understood.
Is that okay? This fellow is not insulting me. Are you understanding, Bhavesh ji?
Yes, clearly. Now I understood.
So you see, this why is very important. You know, we very rarely tell why one person should do something. But when we explain the why, not only is it more understandable to the person who has to do the job, he develops a reservoir of answer for downstream, again, when the customer will react. Now let us come to mastery. Help people feel they are getting better. This is very important. Number one improvement goal. Allow each person to pick one small skill to improve every month. Just one skill. Let them decide that I will improve myself in this area. That does not mean that person is bad in that area. Let us be very clear about it. That does not mean bad in that area. He just decided that I will improve my skill, because no one knows what improvement he wants to achieve than the person who wants to achieve that improvement. So let him decide what he wants to improve. Allow him to select one improvement skill every month. Number 2, progress talks, not appraisal. Replace annual reviews with short monthly chats. What went well? What can you do better next time? The feed forward technique. Don't be judgmental. Let reviews not be about mistakes and failures. Let reviews be about what was done well and what he wants to do better next month. When he talks about what went well, he develops confidence, and then he is in a better position to tell you, I could not achieve this because I did not do this properly. I would like to do this better next time. Let it come from him. Don't push him. Just have progress talks, not appraisals. This way you will develop mastery in people. Teach each other. Start a 15-minute peer learning Friday. One team member shares a new concept, a process, shortcut, or insight. Insights are very important. What are insights? Insights are practical application of experiential intelligence. That is insight. You have experience, you have learned something from it, you have seen something which is not visible to everybody, share it with others. Have a 15-minute session every week. Start informally and make it into a ritual, because rituals are the best way of ensuring the team stays together. Can you give me an example of a ritual which keeps people together in a family?
Prayer, dinner or lunch.
Tiffin.
Yeah, was a time when people used to say the family which eats together stays together, but no more that is applicable because things are not like that. But rituals, you know, like born, you have this Annaprasana, you have Aksharabhyasam,
Function.
or Ayushoma, marriage, birthday celebrations, anniversary celebration, Shashti of the Murti, all these things are rituals and they keep people together. So convert all these things in this 15-minute once a week. You know, peer learning Friday you can have, or a peer learning Thursday, whatever is convenient to you. Spend 15 minutes, let every member, you know, share a new concept or a shortcut which he has learned, which is found that works well, a particular insight. That will take you a long way. And then finally, notice small wins. Don't wait for big results. Big results are very difficult to come by. Very simple. Supposing, let us say, a person has brought a letter to you. Your stenographer has brought a letter. It might have been written by ChatGPT. They are printed and brought. You can tell, yes, this looks very clean. I think the printer ink you have changed. It looks very nice. Something you have seen which is appreciated. Correct or not? If the printer ink is old, the printer will not look very neat. It could be a lesser printer, still the printing will not be neat. Or, you know, if they have brought something written, the columns are straight, appreciate. Something small wins.
Arun sir, this daily standby meetings generally we'll do every day 15 minutes. That is also common ritual, means 15 minutes we'll do.
If it is something which is not prescribed by the department, but being done by you and your team, it is a ritual. But if it is prescribed by the department, it is not a ritual. Come every day in the morning by 9 o'clock to office and punch the card is not a ritual. It is a departmental necessity for attendance. But after that, you all meet near the coffee shop in the canteen and discuss for 10 minutes what you have done yesterday and what you are planning to do today. That is a ritual. Because that is not prescribed by the department. It is something which you are doing on your own. So that, you know, when you spend the 10 minutes in the canteen, you and your team discuss what was achieved yesterday and what you are going to do today. You are bringing about a continuity and you are creating an informal objective for what is to be achieved. This is a ritual which is very powerful. Do you know one person who used to practice this? Can any one of you tell me? She was adjudged the best manager in India at one time.
It's automotive industry, sir, Mahindra.
No.
No.
Tata's only Rusi Modi of Jamshedpur, Telco.
He is going to the lunchtime, some to outside, something same story.
The banyan tree outside,
Yeah.
he used to come, complete the work, and at 11 o'clock, he used to come and stand there and have his tea. And every trade union leader used to come and have tea with him. And then, you know, that is how he ensured that Telco never had any, you know, union problem.
Yes. During his tenure, yes.
Yes, never. You know,
And
there
he's-
was a fire once J.R.D. Tata was in Switzerland. He was in the swimming pool when suddenly he receives a telegram.
Yeah.
Huh? The telegram was got taken, they rushed to him and gave. He looked at it and said, "Where is Lucy?" He said, "He is there only." He gave the telegram back and said, "Go." He is there now. Then why have you brought it to me? See, that was how effective he was, and his style of management was under the banyan tree.
Sir, I have heard that he knows around 10,000 people by name.
He's a great manager. A great guy. Most Modis are, incidentally.
Yes. He used to get feedback from the.
It could be, Narendra Modi.
Elephant memory. Elephant memory.
That brings us to relatedness. Make people they belong. Eat and talk. Spend 10 minutes once a week just chatting, not about work, but about life. Just chit chat. Gossiping is an excellent way of creating relatedness. But make sure that you don't gossip negative things. Or encourage people to gossip negative things. Number 2, build warmth and understanding. Say thank you in public. Utilize a notice board, group messages, or team huddle to acknowledge and appreciate small contribution. Help across roles. If someone's workload is heavy, ask how can we help? Teams that help each other work faster and feel stronger. That is how you build team spirit. Connect work to purpose. Remind everyone why their work matters. This is very, very important. If you ensure that you tell them why their work matters, it will make life very, very easy. Do you really think a peon's work matters? An office subcontractor's work matters?
Yes, sir.
Matters.
Cleanliness.
Huh?
Cleanliness
Clean-
is
And cleanliness is there. And one is he will give the correct time to tea, to what is avoid the other, what is angry, something like that.
He is the one who controls the flow of visitors into your chamber. If he leaves everyone together at the same time, you will not be able to work. Do you realize he is the one who carries the papers from one table to another, from your chamber to other people? If he were to misplace the paper somewhere on the way, he just throws it into the dustbin and goes off. Who is going to get fried? You are going to get fried, not he. So you see, it is very necessary for us to understand how the smallest person also is contributing to us. There is a very big saying. I don't know whether you remember this or not, you must have heard of it. For the want of a nail, a war was lost. Which nail they are talking about? The nail in the horse's shoe. The message was sent from the battleground where the war was taking place to the battalion that more support has to be rushed. But the horse which was carrying the message lost its horseshoe nail and it could not reach in time. So the people could not come, the battalion could not come, and the people are defeated and the war was lost. So that is how important even a small horseshoe nail is. If a horseshoe nail can be so important, how much more important can a peon in your office be? So you see, knowing all these things is very, very important. Connect work to purpose. Remind everyone why their work matters. And the more you remind them why their work matters, the better they will do their job. because there'll be meaning to what they are doing. Now, you see, these are three things, the autonomy, the mastery, and the relatedness, which you can immediately do in your office. These are all very easy things to do. Now, I'm going to give you one 3-step, 3-month assignment for you that you can do with your team. 3 steps. For 3 months, you do this and see what the result is. You will see there is tremendous amount of upsurge of energy in the team. Tremendous amount of cooperation will be there. People will start taking initiative. Even without any change in policy or extra budget, you will create a havoc in your team. Follow this 3-month, 3-step pilot. Number 1, autonomy. Pick one thing you can let your team decide this week. Just one thing. Let them decide and let them follow it for the next 3 months. Just one thing. You tell them. One thing you people decide, pick. Let your team pick. This is not very difficult to do. Number 2, notice one improvement in each person this month. Just one improvement you notice in each person this month. And number 3, thank one person in front of others every week. These 3 things you can do or not? Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
Why this pin drop silence? After I have asked your property,
No,
Yes,
sir. We are
yes,
well
yes,
done,
yes.
I don't want your property. Keep it.
sir.
Reply, Baba.
Will do, sir.
Pick one thing you can let your team decide this week. Mastery is notice one improvement in each person this week. Thank one person in front of others every week. Do this for 3 months. Do this for 3 months. You will see more energy, cooperation, and initiative, even without new policies or budgets. Engagement with effort to effortless engagement. That is what, see, so far it is engagement with effort. We are putting our effort here to create engagement, isn't it? But what is
Yes,
our
sir.
objective? Effortless engagement. Do you mean to tell me I can conduct so many programs, I can create so many programs, I can draw so much of insight if I had to put effort? Do you think that is possible?
No, sir.
So where does this effortless engagement come from? It has to come from somewhere. Somewhere it has to come now.
Yes. Heart.
From
That-
the fire within you.
Huh?
From the fire within you.
Passion.
Where-
Passion.
Make a difference.
Where did that fire come from? That is what we are going to see after this session.
Okay.
Through Skinner, we learned new behavior response to rewards. Through the work of Adams and Bloom, we learned that fairness and expectancy shape effort. According to Herzberg and Maslow, satisfaction stems from meaning rather than just money. And through Locke, we discovered the focusing power of clear goals. Deci and Rand invited us to look even deeper into the human need to own our actions, to grow in what we do, and to belong where we work. When autonomy, mastery, and relatedness converge, work stops being an obligation, it becomes an expression. Yet, there are movements beyond even that. Movements when engagement dissolves into effortless absorption. A frontier where engagement is no longer something you build, is something you become. That is going to be the subject of our next master class, how to achieve that, because that is where the trick lies. That is engagement. And once you reach there, you are done. Thank you, friends. We have crossed the time by 7 minutes. Any questions? I am ready to
Thank
answer.
you, sir.
Next
Thank you.
step is effortless engagement, where you forget
Thank
everything.
you, sir. The 3 steps we'll follow it up and do it, sir.
Yeah, that is home. Good.
In one sentence, तेंदुलकर बेटा है ना, जाके आगे आगे मारो, वो बेटा है ना, कर लेंगे. Today's class is like this.
Yes. So next session will be on, you see, from there, at that stage, the question will come. So how do we consciously arrive at that state of self-absorption? Total absorption. How do we arrive? After that, we will see, the next one is on how to come into effortless absorption so that engagement is total. Then every time it should be possible. So how do you achieve that will be the session after that. Then we will see through 2 great examples of Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo, how they achieved it, the parallels. And then we will have the engagement theory, which you can apply in your life, which will be a summation of all these. Once you apply that, engagement will be guaranteed. It cannot be missed.
Well, I saw the pictures of Michelangelo, what you said. Fabulous, excellent. It's years effort.
Amazing, isn't it?
Very, very, sir. All the figures are very captive. In fact, I know.
We are
After
going to Florence for 1 day exclusively for this. Our plan was to go to Rome and then from there go straight to Milan and on the way to Switzerland. But then I told my son, nothing doing. I am going to Florence. I want to go and see the works of Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci, because Michelangelo has painted the Sistine Chapel in Rome. So
Correct.
that we will be seeing. And then I wanted to see Leonardo da Vinci's, works that is there in Florence.
I think 1 day will not be sufficient to if you actually see his work.
2 days, they will not take me for that 1 day also. There's only one mad guy in this house, and that's me. And suppose they tolerate me, that is itself more than enough.
In fact, when you said that upside down, he was, and then painting it, he absolutely,
4 years.
What a concentration he has to have.
For 4 years.
For
So
4
he's
years. And
It took
till
him 4 years.
till today, the work is alive. What he has done.
80 feet up in the air.
Yes.
Can you imagine it? Just imagine what he must have gone through with the paint falling on his face or into his eyes. And he can't come down. Once he goes up, he has to be there itself. He goes up whole day, he stays there, paints, then comes down in the night, goes back, sleeps, comes in the morning again, he goes up. Imagine 4 years.
Dedication, focus.
Right of. This is called engagement.
Engagement.
And that too after refusing the Pope to paint that place. He was asked to paint the Sistine Chapel. He refused. He said, I am not a painter. I will not do it. Then he accepted. Having accepted, this is the level of commitment.
Same if you see Halibidu, Belur and other things. So the amount of that sculptures, dedication, and then focus is absolute. And symmetry, finish. Oh
Amazing.
God, amazing.
That is what I'm telling now. You see, the result of engagement and commitment is out of this world.
Correct.
It's totally out of this world.
With what hardships? And today, it is a total
Not
difference.
hardship for them. For those who do it, it is not hardship. It gives them so much of inner joy that, you know, all these other things now don't matter. It doesn't matter.
Correct.
You
Same
don't
if you
think
see-
about the returns, you don't think about the difficulties. You think only about, you know, at every step, what is bugging you is the perfection.
Yeah.
Slightly better, slightly better, slightly better. You know, that's the story of a person who was chiseling a statue to be put on top of a gumbad which was around 180 feet above in the temple. They saw that the statue, a similar statue was there next to him. They asked him, what is this? He said, no, this was originally planned to be put there, but then I'm carving another statue here. They asked him, why? He said, no, that is a problem with the statue. They said, they checked everything, they could not find any problem. Right in front of their eyes, all of them checked, there was no problem. They said, everything is perfect. No, in the pedestal, at the bottom, a small chip has been extra chiseled. They checked, they could not find it. They asked him, where the hell is that extra chisel? Then he showed a fraction of a chisel at the bottom. And that also was going to be put on the pedestal, so it would not have been visible. And at 180 feet, anyway, it would not have been visible. Why are you doing? He said, look, you might not see it, the world might not see it, nobody might see it, but I know that has happened there. So I am not going to accept. I am going to chisel all over again. That is the type of thing which we are talking about as engagement.
Correct.
You know, I remember someone telling, if when the competition is with yourself, only then you will reach engagement. Not when the competition is with someone else.
Correct, sir.
If the competition is with someone else, then engagement is not needed. But when you are competing with yourself, that is when engagement and excellence comes. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, sir. Thanks a lot.
Sir, good night, sir.
Good night. Good night.
Good night, sir.